Hello and welcome to Pelham School District today. I'm Chip McGee, Superintendent of Schools. I'm joined by Principal Jessica Van Vranken of Pelham Elementary School, and we are here to talk about one of the topics I'm most excited about this year, which is the possibility of full-day kindergarten. It's in the budget for next year that's going to be voted on in March of 2022. And Jessica spearheaded the task force that put the plan together. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And why don't you start by just explaining the basics. So what do we have now, and what are we hoping for next year?
Absolutely. So currently in our kindergarten, we have 6 half-day programs.
Mm-hmm.
So our programs are 2.5 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and we
So
have a
parent
morning
could be morning
or afternoon.
or afternoon.
Yes.
Do you get to pick as a parent?
So we have a preference.
Uh-huh.
So we do offer preferences.
Uh-huh.
We try our best to accommodate the best we can, but sometimes it doesn't always work.
For everybody.
Because as we do with all our other classes, we try to balance them out with our boy-girl count, with our special education, 504 students, so that way it's spread across all of our classrooms.
Mm-hmm. So we've got these 6 classes now.
Mm-hmm.
They're all 2.5 hours.
Correct.
Why would we need to go to full day? I know we've talked about it a lot, but just explain why full day would be better.
Sure. Currently, with our reading program, we can only put in about an hour of reading a day, reading and early literacy skills. Math, we can only do about a half hour a day. For science and social studies, it's really integrated and embedded in those 2 subjects, also in our social play that we have. So it's really trying to have more time during our day to be able to provide the early literacy and early numeracy skills. So according to the Association of Curriculum and Assessment, they recommend in the early grades that they should at least be getting an hour and a half of reading, at least 75 minutes of math, and then
So let me do the math on that. An hour and a half, 75 minutes. That right there is 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Correct.
And our whole day currently is 2.5.
Correct.
And that includes getting your coat off and settled in, having a snack too, and getting back on the bus. So there's no way we can touch that right now.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
they recommend that in the early grades that we really embed our social studies the best we can, but also have a good half hour in there for social studies and a half hour for science in our primary grades.
All right, so if we're fortunate and the voters in town support it, what would full day be like? Just give me the kind of basic parameters that we ended up planning out for next year. Like, when's it start? When's it end? Is it shorter than the regular day for everyone else? How's that all work?
Absolutely. So we want to make it so they are fully in the PES culture and be able to do exactly what every other child does.
So they start at the same time?
Start at the same time, end at the same time.
Lunch in the cafeteria?
Lunch in the cafeteria.
So it really is that they're just part of the elementary program then.
Absolutely. Taking the bus in the morning, having recess. We wanted to have them have unified arts.
Oh, okay.
It may not be the same time as everybody else because they're little. It's new to them,
they
so
get
about a
to
half
do
hour.
Something with art, something with music, something with a gym PE teacher, something in the library, something with STEAM even?
Yes, absolutely. We wanted them to be able to have the same experiences as everybody else.
Oh, that's great. And so, what about other basics that parents are going to wonder about? Like, is it going to be over here in the SAU building? Where's it going to, or is it in the building? Are you going to have space? Talk about that.
So in October of 2020, we did a capacity study. And we hired a company to come in and look at Pelham Elementary School to see if it was feasible to be able to bring in additional classrooms for full-day kindergarten.
All right, so they looked at your rooms and how they're being used now and how they, and this was, you and I did, I was here then.
You
It was
were.
the fall, my first fall here, so that's
2020.
Yeah,
Yep.
all right.
Yep.
And so, and what did they find? Is there room?
They said, absolutely, we do have room. We are looking for, if this does get approved, we are looking for 6 kindergarten classrooms. So we currently have 3 classrooms, but run 6 programs because we have morning and afternoon.
Right, so it's 3 rooms in the morning, same 3 rooms in the afternoon.
Correct.
This would move to, you need 6 rooms total, So 3 more. Do you have 3 more?
I do.
Uh-huh.
I do have the capability of that.
Mm-hmm. So another question I have about the space is where, like which wing are you thinking? Where would they be located?
Absolutely. So right now we have them in the east wing of the building,
Mm-hmm.
and they have 3 classrooms.
So directionally, I'm not very good. So is that the one closer over, as you look at the building, on the left or on the right as you're looking at it?
So that's on the left,
On the left,
closest
nearer to the SAU.
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of like they start preschool here,
Mm-hmm.
and they walk across the little path, and kindergarten will be that little wing on this side.
Correct.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
The fire department likes us to keep the kindergarten students on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we will keep them on the first floor,
Mhm.
and that's only because of they haven't really managed stairs. They
Mhm.
manage stairs, but sometimes it's one step at a time. So they
Mhm.
really like us to keep them on the first floor.
So that'd be the plan.
So the plan would be to have we have 3 currently, and to have the 6 right there in the same quadrant area.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about the vote now.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole community, all the voters in town are going to have a choice. And we'll go back and forth on this one. They're going to be able to choose whether they vote for kindergarten or not. But it's not a separate warrant article. It's not going to say if you want full day kindergarten, vote yes on this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me as best you understand it, and I'll talk a little bit about too. Where is it in the budget?
Absolutely. So it's in the when you approve the budget, the
Mhm.
district budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it will be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you said, it's not a separate warrant article of full day kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that it's typically the second question
Mhm.
on the school board ballot.
Yeah, so first question is who do you want for board members?
Correct.
Second question is going to be district operating budget,
Mhm.
and it's in the district operating budget.
Correct.
I just want to note one other thing, which is one of the things that for me pushed it over the top as this is the year to do it, is that the whole district has kind of a gently declining enrollment, as is true in basically all of southern New Hampshire. And so instead of having to hire all new staff as all ads, we're able to reassign one classroom position from 1st through 5th somewhere where we know that the number of students is low enough we can have 1 fewer teachers there without increasing class size, and move that teacher to kindergarten.
Yes.
And so I forget exactly what the dollar amount was, but it ended up being, with a lean program and borrowing furniture, for example, and reallocating space, we're not building anything, that the change in cost is ended up being something just over $100,000 per year. I mean, it's per year, so it's a long time. Because we will have to add instructional assistants. We
Correct.
would have to add a teaching position and some supplies and equipment to get those 3 other classrooms up and running. But it's really a cost-effective year to do it.
Yes, and I think an important thing that you just mentioned is that our kindergartens do have general instructional assistants in their classrooms. So there's the classroom teacher as well as a general assistant in there. And I think that's important to note when we talk about kindergarten. The other thing is when we talk about supplies, for the first year, we are going to see a big increase, and it's around $49,000 increase the first year.
For supplies.
For supplies, furniture, technology. But the following year, it's only going to be about $2,000, $3,000. I mean, that can fluctuate based on inflation, as we know. But we're not going to see a huge increase in our operating budget moving forward after that.
Right. So the first year there'll be some investment to get 3 new classrooms up and running. But once those are up and running, we'll be in a good place.
Absolutely, because we don't have to continue to buy furniture. That's a one-time purchase.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So, Chip, my question to you on kindergarten is why would a parent of a 4th grader want to approve our operating budget and approve the full day kindergarten aspect of that operating budget?
Yeah, yeah. So I think it's a good question because, let's be honest, a family with students older than kindergarten are going to see no direct effect or benefit to themselves. But I'd go back to what you said early on about the program being fully integrated into the school, that we will have kindergartners who are getting this great experience, really rich in terms of academics and play-based learning, and the fourth grader will see those kindergartners being part of the community. One other thing that I don't think matters so much to the fourth grader, but maybe to the fourth grader's mom and dad, is all the surrounding towns at this point have full-day kindergarten. And when you have a house next door go up for sale, I want us to be as competitive as any of our surrounding towns. And I want that house to be worth as much as the same house in surrounding towns. And full-day kindergarten will certainly help with that. It kind of completes the program that we provide. And just like say a parent of a 12th grader isn't getting a whole lot of benefit of Pelham Memorial School's renovation, it's good for the overall community. And the same would be true in this case. It's really going to be good for the overall community. And I was so amazed last year at the community support for that project. And this one, in terms of order of magnitude, it's 1/100th of the cost. And bang for the buck, full-day kindergarten you just get great returns out of that.
Absolutely.
All of that said, it's a choice, and it's something I hope people support, but it'll be up to the voters in March.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for watching Pelham School District today. Thank Jessica for being here.
Thank you.
And look forward to seeing you next time.